Hey there, some people have asked us how we maintain our sourdough starter and how we make sourdough bread. So we're going to try to take you step by step and show you how we do it. I'm in my PJs because the proper time to start your sourdough bread is at night, the night before you want the bread. And so we're going to start our bread and show you how to feed the starter. This is sourdough starter. We keep it in a quart mason jar. And I usually keep about 2 cups on hand. If you can smell that, can you see it? It's kind of, I don't know, it's the consistency of thick pancake batter. About like that. And all it is flour and water, and it's got a yeast culture in it that was caught lots of years ago from what we've heard from the guy that we got our starter from. And so what this is 2 cups of starter. I'm going to pour off a cup of this to use in the bread recipe that I have. And I have markers on the side of my jar so I don't have to measure it. I can just pour it out until I only have a cup left. So you pour it out until you just have a cup left. So this cup of starter will go on to make our bread. This cup of starter now is what will make our next loaf of bread, but we need to feed it so that it can grow and stay healthy. So all you feed it with is flour, and I use white flour. You can use whole grain flour, but I haven't done it successfully yet, so I'm just sticking with the white flour for now.
Is this unbleached?
Yeah, I prefer unbleached flour, all-purpose flour, and if you can get the organic, that's what we usually use. I would use that. So for every cup of starter that you begin with, you want to add a cup of flour. So since I started with a cup of starter, I'm going to add a cup of flour plus 2/3 to 3/4 cup water. I'll be right back. So here is your 2/3 to 3/4 cup of water. Basically, you add it till it looks right. It's usually somewhere between the 2/3 and 3/4. It's going to be kind of thick and goopy. And you want to make a mess, if you notice. If you haven't made a mess, then you've probably been too careful and your sourdough won't work. That. I use a wooden spoon. Some people say metallic things can mess up sourdough. I don't know. I've seen people use metal spoons and metal bowls, but I need all the help I can get, so I'm just going to go with the wood and the glass. And that's it. And now you put it back in your refrigerator and until the next time you need it. We've left it up to 2 weeks before, and come back and pour off a cup. Instead of using it to make bread, I would probably just pour it off because it may be kind of weak from not being fed in a while. So pour off a cup, get back down to your cup, and feed it, put it in the refrigerator, and usually by the next evening you're ready to go again. You can also multiply this if you want to make more bread at a time. Say you need more than a cup of starter to do your bread. What you do is you would have started with my 2 cups that I started with, and you would have added in a bigger jar 2 cups of flour and 2/3 and 2/3 water. So what is that, 1 1/3 cups of water, 1 1/2 cups of water? And you can just multiply it however you want to. Usually you can multiply it once a day is what I do. Multiply it in the evening, put it in the refrigerator, and then the next evening you can multiply it out. Did I miss anything? Okay. Ta-da!